Training camp hasn't even officially started. We already got players on the inactive list. Me, Bobby, and C-Dub, we're going to discuss those players. So I was going to just discuss which players need a strong training camp the most to rise up the depth chart. So we're going to talk about all that and more on today's Chicago Bears Central.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got C-Dub, Bobby, myself, Haize, in the building today. And fellas, it wouldn't be a Bears training camp if somebody didn't start off not in camp, even though it's not really that serious. I don't think it's serious for any of these fellas. We got Jaylon Johnson, Ian Willer, amongst some other ones that are not active to start training camp. How you guys feel about that news first, and we'll start talking about some other things.
I really don't have a problem with most of these guys. I think it's only 4 on an inactive list. You got Jaylon Johnson. I think that's just like a concession. He got like an excuse. He get like a free pass or something. He got probably some personal in his life. It says undisclosed. There's no injury listed. Ja'Day Walker is pretty much the same. It's like probably sick or something with the flu. It says non-football related condition. And Ian Willer, we know he's coming back from that devastating injury from last season. But I'm worried about Case Keenum. Why the hell he ain't took a physical yet?
Because he old, bro.
Like, bro, what the fuck? What is that? Got to walk into a doctor's office or wherever it is and take a fucking physical. I'm confused.
He was probably at Top Golf.
We just got to talk about hey, which is possibly so though.
Bro, I'm not worried about any of these guys, bro. Like when you look at the list, like Jaylon Johnson's gonna be fine. I'm not worried about Jace Johnson. Ja'Day Walker, his ass is probably not even gonna touch the field. I ain't too worried about that. Ian Willer, we kind of know he's coming back from a torn ACL. That's the one that's not really a surprise here. And Case Keenum, I mean, do you have to be active to be able to hold the clipboard? Because that's going to be his job. So, I mean, I'm not worried about these ones. How you feeling, though, Bobby?
I'm feeling just like both of you guys. I'm really not seeing it being a major issue at the moment. Because to y'all point, some of these guys, they should be fine by the time the season roll around. And my man's Case Keenum, look, I'm looking forward to Caleb Williams being present for the entire season. If we need you, we just going to be throwing you out there because we whooping somebody ass and we blowing them out, and Caleb Williams get the rest for the fourth quarter. That's the only time I expect to see Case Keenum this upcoming season or in preseason. But I think Tyson Bagent will be available, and you might give Austin Reed some run. So I ain't really too concerned about it. We just can go ahead and push on because football is bike.
And I would just like to add, though, even though he's a veteran, and he probably can adjust to the system that the Chicago Bears are going to run offensively, I do want him on the field. So I am kind of irritated that he hasn't took a physical yet. It's been a couple months now. Like,
someone in the comment section pointed out this. You know what? This is probably it. He don't want to piss in the cup yet. He's been smoking. he pushed it a little too close to training camp. He had to make that call. Like, hey, coach,
you ain't gonna cut it, man, dog.
I'm gonna need a couple of more days, my boy.
Bro, cranberry juice, my boy. Cranberry juice.
They just need to stop testing for weed. That's all.
That's it.
Bro.
For real. I'll speak on that, Drip. I agree.
Real talk. Like at this point, bro. Like let's just let the weed go. I mean, in the sense that just make it federally legal, make it legal everywhere. Like, let's just move on. At this point, like, it's so much, and it's so controlled and regulated now that you usually, unless you buying it from somebody on the side of the goddamn street, ain't got to worry about nothing else being in it. Let these motherfuckers smoke, bro. Come on, man.
Because
For
you
the
see
culture.
Kevin Durant, different sport, but Kevin Durant was live and he was getting litty. I was like, oh my God, he's smoking. Hey, bozo, they don't test for that
They
anymore.
don't test for that no more. Yep.
They're smart. They're smart.
The NBA knows what it is. The NBA is like, hey, bro, 98% of our players are black. What we doing here, bro? And it's not even about that anymore. Like, bro, like all jokes aside, bro, like my great aunt, 80-year-old white woman, be chiefing like a motherfucker now, bro. Like it's like,
Come on now.
Hey,
My
it's
mom.
at this point, bro, like the stigma's done.
You definitely catch some of our elders at the weed shop getting them edibles.
bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Come on now. Come on, get with the times, bro. It's 2025. You are right, Drip. 100% right.
It's sad, bro. It's sad that as a culture, we still so far behind, bro. Get that shit over with.
But is it Case Keenum? Is he messing with the greenery? No, is it?
He's not. Now listen, he's not Aaron Rodgers, bro. I think he's just messing with that green, bro. He's not Aaron Rodgers now. Aaron, that motherfucker got to spend a whole 3 weeks of not drinking nothing but water and goddamn pickle juice to clear out his system because that cocaine is staying there for a little while, my boy.
That's crazy.
No,
Anyway, fellas, let's move on from this, man, because it wasn't really. It's just an opening topic, but I want to talk about this. So training camp is right around the corner. And I do want to ask you guys, what players do you think benefit the most, whether it be winning a starting position, whether it mean getting in the rotation, whereas maybe they're projected to be out the rotation? Who benefits the most from having a strong training camp?
I'll start off, and I'll just start off with Austin Booker. Everybody's seen the promise that my man Austin Booker had last season. We loved his drive. We loved his determination, his stick to it. You see him hustling after every play. He's at the ball, even if it's 20 yards up the field, he's around the ball. He had 1.5 sacks last season, played in 11 games. We need to see more of Austin around the quarterback and getting to the quarterback. It was almost like he was an almost ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He was almost there. That's what we were saying last season. We was giving him props. I think we need to do away with that. We need to see results from my man Austin Booker. No more babying these players. Go out there and put stats on the board and make an impact for this team, especially in training camp. This your chance to buy your playing time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he's going for a starter position or anything. He's playing for his playing time during the regular season.
I think that's a hell of a pick.
Good pick.
But I'm going Deo and Dingbo. And it's not because I don't think he's not going to be a starter. I think he just need to go out there and quiet a little bit of the noise surrounding, the questions that might come up when it comes to the defensive line.
That's fair.
We talked about Billings and him going down last season, and then somebody else helping my man's Montez Sweat. And then we talked about that rotational piece that Deo is, and coming over here and signing for some nice money. So we putting that nice money in your pocket. We need to definitely see the impact. We need you to free up Montez Sweat, our premier guy. And we also need this pass rush to be vicious because, hey, we got an opening in the NFC North. Detroit Lions just took another major loss to their defensive line, and they got to do some patchwork. And the Green Bay Packers, we got to figure out what their trenches is going to look like. And the same thing for the Minnesota Vikings, who beefed up their offensive line to the upteenth degree, and a lot of people not really paying attention to that. So for us to have a dominant defensive backfield, we need a dominant pass rush, and we need to make sure that all guys that are here are on board and ready to make an impact, because we trying to change the culture, not just on Hard Knocks. They played that yesterday, by the way. I skipped right over it. I was like, yeah, I don't want to watch this.
I'm going to go a little bit different. Not that I disagree with any, I agree with both your guys' picks, but I think that the player that has the most to benefit is Kyle Monangai. And not because DeAndre Swift and Roshan are ahead of him in the depth chart, and they should be ahead of him in the depth chart. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. I know we live in a vacuum as Bears fans sometimes, where everybody's like, "Oh my God, Kyle Monangai is going to be running back one." But I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that Kyle Monangai that has a strong training camp the coaches are going to remember that. And the moment that DeAndre Swift doesn't break a tackle or does miss the A or B gap, the moment that Roschon Johnson gets hurt again on the play and they're looking like, hey, Roschon, you looking a little shaky, they're going to remember that they got Kyle Monangai there who's ready and willing. And say what you will about Monangai and his height, his stature, all that. He's really a combination of Roschon and DeAndre Swift. He's an amazing runner. He can break tackles. He's a really good pass blocker, and he's not afraid to get between those tackles and take that ball up the gut of the defense. If Kyle Monangai has a strong training camp in preseason, I'm not saying he's going to leapfrog Roschon or DeAndre, but I am saying that the coaching staff is going to look at him and be like, whatever we do, we got to get this young man some snaps. And if you get that young man some opportunity in live games, from the tape that I've seen on him, I don't see the young man failing.
Oh, that's a great pick, and I think it's an awesome pick. Also, I had Kyle Monangai as my second person, but I had him comboed with Roschon Johnson.
Fair.
For all the reasons that you said. I think there's an opening there in a running back room we have there. DeAndre is the number one running back, but is he stamped? Is it like he has that and there's no room for improvement there? I think Roschon and Monangai should see this as an opportunity and go in this training camp and prove that if given the chance, you can be that leading guy in the running back room.
You know who DeAndre Swift is? Especially because now that it's been made public, the Bears try to trade up to get Travion Henderson. He's the guy that's in the position that's sitting there while they're interviewing people for the position. That's DeAndre Swift. He has a position right now, but the Bears are interviewing. He's sitting there looking like, God damn, bro, what I got to do? That's what DeAndre Swift is right now, bro.
That's for real, though.
And I think DeAndre could have a perfectly fine season under Ben Johnson. I really do, but the Bears are clearly in search of their number one running back under Ben Johnson to complete the talent pool and the weapons that we have on this offensive side of the ball. So DeAndre's there now. But like to C-Dub's point, he's written in pencil so they could erase it at any point in time. It's not pen.
Yes, absolutely.
I agree with that. And I agree with both of you guys because Rojo was my second as well. I think that you've seen him have a high success rate in the end zone, but you want to see what can he do before he gets to the end zone. And Haize, to back up and just add on for the context for Monangai, this is a guy that led the Big Ten in rushing at Rutgers. The Big Ten is one of those pre-meal conferences, and he led the Big Ten in rushing yards at Rutgers.
Wow.
And we know that those running backs from Rutgers run hard, they tough, they physical, and they could put people on their ass if you don't get lower than them. And I see both of those guys having an opportunity, Rojo and Monangai, to really, really prove themselves, because you definitely don't want to go into this season and have to worry about, okay, if DeAndre Swift is not necessarily having a good game and I want to kind of change the tempo, change the pace, set the tone in a different way, you need somebody that you could depend on. So Monangai and Rojo, they will be able to gain a lot out of this training camp and preseason if they put it on wax.
Big fact. Big fact.
I have another guy, and it's not like to gain. It's going to be in a different scope. Okay. It's not to gain any position spot. I think this is an auditioning type guy. So I think he needs to have a great training camp in preseason. I'm gonna add that in for audition. It's just my opinion. That is not associated with Chicago Bears Central. Well, it is. It's C-Dub. I think Tyson Bagent needs to have a great training camp. I think that we signed Case Keenum to be the backup quarterback, in my opinion. I think the ambition of Tyson Bagent to play football right now and what he's been putting in social media and out there sits, and that's why the Chicago Bears signed a guy like Case Keenum. And it's nothing against Tyson Bagent. He should want to play right now. But I think he stands a lot to gain in training camp by other eyeballs from other organizations. I ain't trying to pick on Tyson.
No, I think that's fair.
No,
he was on my mind too, because if you hear him speak, he always talking about, I want my opportunity to start.
Yep.
With Caleb Williams here, you ain't starting him, man. So I think that's a hell of a point, because he was definitely on my mind too. Out somebody that could potentially be like, come to the go to Ryan Poles once it's all said and done and be like, hey, I got calls, you know what I'm saying, from this and that to my agent about me, what's my status, what it's gonna look like, and so, or something like that. Because when Bagent first came, we had another quarterback, I can't remember his name, he had a decent little preseason, and he was let go and went on to play, I believe for the Charger. I want to say the Rams or the Vikings, one of them. Yeah, somebody will remember the name, but it was like a season or two ago. It's where he had a good preseason, and he ultimately was let go by the Bears, but ended up in another location, and you know what I'm saying, was received some reps over there. So the same thing could be said for Tyson Bagent. But I'm gonna throw Ruben Hippolyte in there too. As a guy to gain a lot out of this. We hearing a lot of stuff out of mini camp. We talked about the speed that he has that you can't coach in any sport. If guy got the speed, but you want to see if he can go out there and be able to execute. And the same thing could be Noah Sewell. Hey, we ain't heard from you, big dog. We ain't heard from you.
Bro.
I'm going to stay with the linebacker core, and I'm actually going to go Power Echols, undrafted free agent. This is a guy that was the middle linebacker in North Carolina. He had 2 straight years at over 100 tackles. Last year, he didn't have 100 tackles. He had 76, but still 6 passes deflected, 1 interception. And if you look at it over his career, he's a guy that forces fumbles. He gets passes deflected. He can be used in blitz packages a little bit. That sounds like a Dennis Allen linebacker to me. And the thing that I look at it too is that this linebacker, I love TJ Edwards. Tremaine, I think, is going to have a solid year under Dennis Allen. I like Ruben Hippolyte, but outside of that, it's a wide open for the depth positions at the linebacker spot. Power Echols, with what he did in North Carolina, being the heart of that defense and the leader of that defense for the middle linebacker position, with a strong training camp in preseason. I can see him jumping Noah Sewell. I can see him jumping Amen. There's a huge opportunity for him to come in here and earn some reps here at linebacker.
Yeah, that is a great choice, both of you guys. I would like to just throw this guy. It's the coach, Ben Johnson, and this might be just a little jest, but let's have a smooth training camp with no kind of distractions, Ben Johnson.
You mean you don't want the feds raiding
the feds raiding
at Dallas Hall again? That was
I want the feds raiding. I don't want our lawnmowers and shit taken.
I forgot about that.
I don't want Nate Davis.
How the hell do somebody steal 2 industrial lawnmowers and nobody saw them?
I just want a smooth training camp. That's it. No Nate Davis type shit where somebody just don't want to play on some veteran only training camp shit. None of that. Just a smooth training camp for Ben Johnson. That's what I'm looking for.
I think that's fair too with Ben Johnson, because you got these veterans in this locker room. They ready to win. You got veterans all around here that's ready to win. Like, they tired of going through these losses. You heard about the outburst from Jaylon Johnson last year, geared towards Matt Eberflus. So Ben Johnson, definitely, you got to continue to set that tone and keep that consistency. Especially like if you had a certain standard in minicamp and we heard you doing the yelling, you stop in place to make sure players execute it right. I think that you have to continue to do that, and no days off, bro. This is where the winning culture starts right now before you ever touch the football field in September. It starts right now.
Well said.
He got a lot of shit on the line, Drip. Ben Johnson. He makes a ton of money. They're counting on this team to turn around really fast. He got a lot of shit on the line. Everybody should give him his just due. Give him his room to operate, because if this team, knock on wood, if it fails, he gonna be placed in a blender harder than we've ever seen. He can pay lots of money. He got a nice, talented roster. He's gonna be placed in a blender if it doesn't work, bro. Early, I think. So he got a lot of pressure, man. I hope he can come through.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be tons of pressure on him because he's one of the hottest names on the market the last couple of years. He's a guy that people look at as almost a can't-miss head coaching, and he came to a franchise in the Chicago Bears, which reportedly this is where you wanted to be. He said it adamantly. This is where you wanted to be. If you got to where you wanted to be, and hats off to Ryan Poles, he recrafted this roster around the type of skill sets that Ben Johnson needs, and makes the system look the best. So yeah, I mean, Ben Johnson is going to be on the fire. Him and Caleb both. Like there are so many people ready and willing to call these guys, as both of them, as bust already. Which, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
We will. I think it'd be interesting to see. I can't wait to see it, bro. Just me personally. I think that, especially when you hear others talk about somebody and they say he's very detail oriented, bro, I need to see that. Because for the last few years, we ain't seen a lot of good detail in Chicago. Not even gonna lie to you. And holding players accountable. To hold somebody else accountable, that you gotta you gotta have some guts. You gotta be stern with your approach, and you gotta be able to go out there and say, "Hey, I don't need you lollygagging and doing something that's gonna hurt our team. It's supposed to be team first, so you got to make sure you locked in and you focus so we can get wins. Because ain't nobody gonna be settling for we putting up 300-400 yards, but we just going home with L's. It's not gonna be good enough."
Hey guys, I got a question for you guys. Will we be able to see the new team, a better team, instantaneously watching it on the football field? Like, what factors do we need to see to, like, okay, this is a different team. They better.
I mean,
like,
yeah, I think keep temper the expectations, because it still is a whole new coaching staff, whole new offense. Like, when you hear the defensive players, for example, talk about how much more complicated this defense is over Matt Eberflus' defense, it may take a little while to get it all rocking like a well-oiled machine, right? But like, I think as far as if you want to look at a totally different team, I look at early execution. What's something that we always said? We came out of the gate in the first quarter's trash.
Yep.
I think just that, if we come out with executing better and performing better and seeming like we're a team that's engaged and has a game plan to start off the game with, that right there is all the change I need to see early on. The other things, the fine-tuning things, I'm willing to give a little bit more time for, but I need to see us look like a more crafted, prepared team than what we've seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, you're gonna be paying attention to the game plan, and you know what I'm saying, of the coaching staff, and you're gonna see if they really took their time with the game plan and understand it. But then it's also gonna have to come with adjustments, because you could plan for anything in the NFL going into the game, but once you get hit in your mouth and you realize, hey, we running this outside zone, it ain't working. Or, hey, we trying to do this short intermediate stuff, it ain't working. Or you're gonna have to have those adjustments happen live in the game as well. But Ben Johnson, he talked about it. He kind of tried to temper a lot of people's expectations. He said the first 4 weeks before the bye week, we're going to have some time, and then we're going to be able to go into the bye week and adjust and prepare for the rest of the season. And I had the opportunity of interviewing Kellen Davis, former Chicago Bear tight end, and I asked him about the offense. He said it's all going to be predicated on the players, but typically it takes an entire year within the same system to get it really going. So we're going to be able to see, you know what I'm saying, if this team is moving forward in the right direction after a couple weeks in the season. But I don't think that we should expect the Chicago Bears to light the world on fire within the first 4 weeks. They very well could, because it's a lot of people waiting to see if Caleb Williams is going to come out hot. They trying to see how the first 2 weeks going to go with going against a guy like Kevin O'Connell, who can coach his ass off. And then in week 2, you're going to see how Ben Johnson prepares for a team he was just previously employed by. So it's going to be a lot of eyes, but I think that we're going to have to take this week by week, and hopefully at the week 5 bye week, it don't go all down the drain like last time.
Okay, Mr. Big Shot. I'll interview Kellen Davis.
Hey, I'm just saying,
Mr. NFL Central over here. Look at this guy.
Let Bobby do his thing, my boy. Stop being a hater.
We all be in there, man.
He just had to hit y'all with that.
I'm doing it for
Bobby out here doing his thing, my boy. Let Bobby live.
For me.
It be your own people. That's the definition of it, be your own people.
He's saying Kevin.
Because you know the moment C-Dub gets to interview somebody, he gonna be like, hey, by the way, you know I interviewed Angel Reese, right? Motherfuckers gonna be like, hey, can you hear me that Sugar Dub? Yeah, you know I interviewed Angel Reese. You like Sugar too, right?
Bro, that's exactly
how Dub about to be, bro.
You know me. Exactly.
You gonna be in that big Dubs in the chat.
I'm gonna make a t-shirt. Goddamn, you already know.
You gonna be that bitch Dubs in the chat.
That is hilarious, man. Anything left? Anything else that you guys want to point out or discuss before we wrap it up for today, man?
Hey guys, we on our way to 20K. Join the squad. Stop freeloading. I see you in here. You forgetting to push the subscribe button. Just push the subscribe button. Join the squad. Season almost here, bro. It's almost here.
Hey, man. Hey, shout out to my man's Micho, bro. Talked about that mental health aspect on the mailbag yesterday. So again, man, y'all go out there, make sure y'all take a day for yourself, take some time for yourself, whatever that may be. Y'all take care of yourself. But hey, and put your slips in with your lady, with your guy, whoever. because football is right around
Y'all
the
better
corner.
start giving them choking strokes out right now to your ladies. Because come about 6 to 8 weeks is football time. Give her all the choking strokes she can take right now. Because I don't want to hear nothing about you ain't get to watch the game. None of that shit.
We don't want to hear none of it. Because once football roll around, then they getting hit again with basketball, and it's going on at the same time.
That's
we
what
ain't
I'm
got
saying.
time to play around, y'all.
This is the pre-gaming for y'all right now. I'm telling y'all.
It's time to start coming in the house on time, bro. Stop staying out late. Start being good out there, bro.
Y'all better start getting yourself together, because if y'all come here, hey, y'all got to recap before I didn't get to watch the game. My lady got on. No, that's on you. I told you right now. Haize told y'all, start giving them the choking strokes now, so that way you can watch football in peace. You got to think ahead of time, man.
WA's in the chat.
Choking strokes and flowers every other week up until the season start. Do it.
And where Miss Taylor, girl, you better throw it back.
Well, that's why she got where she is. She was throwing it back too much. What do you mean, Miss Taylor? She was doing it too much.
Damn.
Shout out to the throat goat, Miss Joy Taylor. Anything left before we get on?
Is she a goat?
I ain't got nothing else.
If you get fired for your throat game, you goated, bro. I'm just saying.
Okay, I like your logic right there. I like your logic. Somebody mad that somebody else had some.
Somebody said, I ain't getting none. All right, bet. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about clocking in for us tomorrow.
For real, that shit happened overnight. That shit happened overnight.
Hell no. Somebody thought they was exclusive. No, you ain't exclusive.
The same 2 daily shows. The previous day's episode, they ran it, and then it was like, oh shit, here go Colin. And then after that, the new episode, and then they cut everything overnight. Bro. Somebody was real mad.
Man,
somebody. Shit.
That is hilarious.
Y'all should have knew. Y'all should have knew the facility was gonna get canceled once Emmanuel Acho came out there talking about some. This is the legacy method. What? Trying to give a damn math equation. What?
He's just too smart for his own damn good.
Some people just need to be fired. That's all, bro. We appreciate y'all for sticking it out with us, man. Make sure y'all following us at Chi Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, 773-242-9336. We're the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We'll see y'all in the next one, y'all. Peace.
Damn, Shannon, what the